Eating some eggs and bacon and bulletproof coffee. Well, bulletproof coffee without the MCT oil, basically. I just use butter, grass-fed butter. After I eat, um, I'm gonna do a Bible study. Just reading the Bible. Really, it's not really studying it, but just reading it. But I hope you're having a good Wednesday. This has been my go-to first meal of the day. It's only it's late. It's 12:57. I woke up pretty late. Mm. Um, this remind me back in the day when I was in high school. I literally was on Atkins with my mom. I would do Atkins with my mom, and this is the breakfast we'll eat. And a grapefruit. And that's the diet that literally helps me right now. It used to be bacon, boiled eggs, water, grapefruit. Now I just add my mushroom coffee. Oh my goodness. But I never could do the Atkins diet for a long time. Carnivore, I can do longer. So I've been like slowly getting back into carnivore. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. But I've been slowly getting back into carnivore because it just works. It works for my body. It takes out inflammation. I lose weight like crazy. Since I've been like going back and forth, I have gained weight back. I gained a lot of weight back. I lost over like 60, 70 pounds, and then I gained like 50 pounds back. But I feel good because I know I can lose the weight and I know I can lose it fast. And I'm headed towards carnivore. I'm actually going to be like doing a study, getting into a study. Is what is her name? Michaela. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 23. And then it's this girl named Michaela, Jordan Peterson's daughter. She was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and she went through a lot of things, got surgeries and all of that. But she found out that carnivore, specifically the Lion's diet, worked well for her body, and it does work well for me. I just have to stay consistent. I mean, she's been doing it for like 7+ years. Um, but she's doing a study now, and it's only like I think the study is like $200, and you will get $100 back, and you will have a coach and all of that stuff. So I know with a coach and them taking the blood work and whatever for the study, that will literally motivate me to stay on this diet longer than usual. My longest on the carnivore diet was 36, maybe 40 days, so like a month and some change. I just have to press through to like at least doing it 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my goal now because it really does work. It's just I have to be consistent. She did the Lions diet and I done the Lions diet. That's really whew, that's tough though, but it does make you feel good. I've done that for like 30 plus. days too, and I feel my best self, and it's just eating all meat and not just any meat, beef, and steak, literally. What is beef? But like burger meat, steak. That's all I was eating for a month, and grass fed butter, and that. I mean, I felt the best myself now. Like now, I'm doing eggs, bacon, because I'm trying to get my body back into that. But it's crazy how I've been vegan, I've been vegetarian, I've done juice fast. I've done 40-day juice fast. I've done 21-day water fast. The best I feel is literally, and I thought that I couldn't eat meat for a time. But when I switched to carnivore from doing water fast and just eating fruits and vegetables, man, I felt so much better. It is crazy. And it's better on like beef than chicken. It's so crazy, y'all. Like it's weird, but I don't know. I'm still learning and finding good quality meat like farm to table wild caught. I'm learning that wild caught works better for my body, but I'm excited for this study, so I plan on getting like applying for the study, so hopefully I get through because they're looking for people who was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and they looking for people who haven't done the carnivore for like a long stretch of time. I mean, I've done it for 30 plus days, but it's been a minute since I've been consistent at 30 some days. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply, and I think that's gonna help me a lot to be consistent on this diet. But yeah, I love this coffee. This coffee isn't carnivore, but I do love this coffee because I cannot drink just any coffee because it gives me like digestive issues. So I found a coffee that works okay with my body, and it's a mushroom coffee and it's organic. So it has like different mushrooms. I think it has, I don't even know the name of these mushrooms, but it's supposed to help with your digestive, and it has caffeine as well, but it's organic. So, um, yeah, and I'm also working on doing a sensitivity test because it's certain foods that I eat that if they cause me even more joint pain. Like I found out peanut butter. I love peanut butter, but every time, oh my gosh, I was in so much pain like 2 weeks ago just because I ate some peanut butter. And I'm just like, I have to remember that pain because I cannot eat peanut butter again. I don't know what is it. Then I tried organic peanut butter or just the peanut butter with just like less ingredients, with just peanuts, sugar. That didn't work. That didn't work either. That peanut butter does not like my body. But yeah, for the weight loss, I'm learning that protein really makes you lose weight fast. Like, even if I go off the carnivore, if I eat a meal like I just eat for breakfast at least, I'm good. Like, I'm going to be shredded no matter if I work out or anything. Hard boiled eggs, bacon, or burger in the morning, or steak in the morning, eggs and steak. Like, for example, and you can still, like, you can still eat, and feel like you're eating. Because I know next week I'm going to breakfast with a friend, and I'm like, let's go to Cracker Barrel because that's something I can still eat. I can order, the steak and the eggs and try to get full off that protein, even if I do like go off of the carnivore. At least I'm getting as much protein in so I can like eat less junk basically while I'm on this road back to carnivore. So y'all pray for me. Pray for me. But yeah, I'm going to do videos because I'm telling y'all, I lose weight so crazy, so fast, and I can gain it so fast. Like, I'm gonna start posting my pictures. I was doing it on TikTok and I got a lot of views and likes on it because I lost so much weight, was healthy, getting healthy and stuff like that. But I slowly started gaining that thing back. But it's encouraging because I had a baby, and it was a while since I lost a lot of weight like I just did. Because okay, I started off at like 289, basically 290. I started off at 290. I'm about 260 right now. But I got down to 205. So just imagine that big old jump. And I got down in like 2 months, three at the max. You know what I'm saying? So it's just encouraging me that I know I've done it before. I can do it again. I've done it multiple times. I lost weight multiple times. Like I think at this point, I'm like the I don't even know what you call it, but I got that down pat. Losing the weight is just keeping it off. That's what I'm learning. I'm trying to learn it now. Keeping it off for more than a year, because I kept it off for a year because I started the weight journey last November, not last November, the year before last November, and I kept it off for a good year. So I just want to remain there though, remain there. But my confidence is high with this protein, like high protein diet, even keto. Even keto, if you can tolerate it. But I'm just learning what I can tolerate right now in the stage that I am, trying to heal my gut, with healthy foods, with the word of God and all of that good stuff. Because everybody's different. That's what I learned. I've been in the vegan world where they'll be like, "Don't eat meat. That meat trying to kill you," and all that stuff. I've been in that world where I was just eating raw fruits and vegetables, and they demonize meat, right? But come to find out, I can eat meat. It's just certain meats, and I thrive in it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really healing my body. The lamb, the cows, yeah, really healing my body. Them steaks and all of that. And then I went over to the carnivore world where they like demonize vegetables and fruits. And I know for certain some people have healed many diseases from fruits and vegetables. So I think it's just all about learning your body. I do believe it's all the whole foods, definitely staying away from, the fast foods and the chips and cookies as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And drinking a lot of water and intermittent fasting and all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm about to read the Bible too. I've been reading the entire Bible since January. I do like 4 chapters a day. I'm on this Bible study plan, and it's been exciting because I want to read the entire Bible from front to back this year. I've done it before, but it's been like scattered, so it's good to go from a Bible study. I'm at my child's. I homeschool my son as well, and I'm at his farm school. Y'all can see the chickens and stuff over there while I'm talking about healthy foods. Well, farm to table. I'm at the ranch, so he's only in school today for 3 hours. He do homeschool co-ops and things of that nature, and this is our first day, so I'm like a little nervous. But the it seems pretty cool. It's only a few kids and a lot of supervision, I believe. So yeah, pray for me on that. But yeah, we're about to start. Yesterday we ended the Bible study on Matthew 19. So I haven't. This is my mom's Bible. I need my a car Bible because I don't have one anymore. So I had to take my mom's Bible for today. Hopefully I can read it. Ooh, I've got my glasses. I've been looking for these glasses for so long. Thank God. They broke, but thank God. I've been looking for my glasses for so long. I'm gonna switch the frames. But yeah, we ended on Matthew 19 last night. So I'm gonna start at Matthew 20 into 23. That's the plan for today. 20, 21, 22, 23. 4 chapters a day. And this Bible study do also jump, but I think it like goes together because we did Genesis, Exodus in January and early February, and then we skipped all the way to Matthew, and then we're going back to Leviticus. So I don't know how it's set up, but I'm glad that I have a plan. You know what I'm saying? So let me go ahead to Matthew chapter 20. Ooh, it's so weird. I haven't had my glasses in like a month. Hold on. Oh, this is Mark. I'm sure like, where is Matthew 20? I thought they cut it out. I love this little Bible. She got a little nice Bible. It's a alcohol and drug abuse ministry, and Jesus it gave. Oh, she probably got this from the Goodwill because it looks like it. Okay, so you can listen or go grab your Bibles or whatever you're led to do. So I'm starting at the parable of the workers in the vineyard. Matthew chapter 20. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire laborers for his vineyard. Now, when he had agreed, oh, let me pray first because, whew, okay, Lord, help me to read this Bible led by you. Let me see what you see. Help me to read this Bible in context and not put myself in places where I like just not deceive people or deceive myself. Let me be guided by you in Jesus' name. Okay. So, for the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire laborers in for his vineyard. Now, when he had agreed with the laborers for a denarius a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said to them, you also go into the vineyard, and whatever is right I will give you. And they went again. He went out about the sixth and the ninth hour and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle. And he said to them, why have you been standing here idle all day? They said to him, because no one hired us. He said to them, you also go into the vineyard, and whatever is right you will receive. So when evening had come, the owner of the vineyard said to his steward, call the laborers and give them their wages, beginning with the last to the first. And when those came who were hired about the 11th hour, they received a denarius. But when the first came, they supposed that they would receive more. And they likewise received each a denarius. And when they had received it, they murmured against the landowner, saying, these last men have worked only 1 hour, and you made them equal to us who have borne the burden and the heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friends, I am doing you no wrong. Did you not agree with me for a denarius? Take what is yours and go your way. I wish to give you this last man the same as to you. It is not lawful for me to do what I wish with my own things. Or is your eye evil because I am good? So the last will be first, and the first will be last. For many are called, but few are chosen. Jesus a third time predicts his death and resurrection. Then Jesus, going up to Jerusalem, took the 12 disciples aside on the road and said to them, behold, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be betrayed to the chief priests and to the scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify. And the third day he will rise again. Salome asks a favor. Then the mother of Zebedee's son came to him with her sons kneeling down and asking something from him. And he said to her, what do you wish? She said to him, grant that these two sons of mine may sit, one on your right hand and the other on the left in your kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, you do not know what you ask. Are you able to drink the cup that I am about to drink and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They said to him, we are able. So he said to them, you will indeed drink my cup and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, but to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it is for those for whom it is prepared by my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the two brothers. But Jesus called them to himself and said, you know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who are great exercise authority over them. Yet it shall not be so among you, But whoever desires to become great among you, let him be your servant. And whoever desires to be first among you, let him be your slave. Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. Two blind men received their sight. Now, as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. And behold, two blind men sitting by the road, when they heard that Jesus was passing by, cried out, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. Then the multitude warned them that they should be quiet, but they cried out all the more, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, Son of David. So Jesus stood still and called them and said, What do you want me to do for you? They said to him, Lord, that our eyes may be open. So Jesus had compassion and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Chapter 21, and we're going to 23. Chapter 21. Now, when they drew near Jerusalem and came to Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent two disciples, saying to them, Go into the village opposite you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Loose them and bring them to me. Loose them and bring them to me. And if anyone says anything to you, you shall say, The Lord has need of them, and immediately he will send them. So the Lord has need of them, and immediately he will send them. All this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, Tell the daughter of Zion, Behold, your king is coming to you, lowly and sitting on a donkey, a colt, and a foal of a donkey. I'm about to stop right here because I'm about to ask, what questions do I need to ask myself while reading scriptures real quick? Because I want to tell you who is this written for and different things. Just a second, I'm about to pause. So what does this show? Did y'all hear me? Like I had paused it. But one of the questions it said to ask is, what does this show about Jesus and who does he claims to be? It also asks why the Pharisees is mad and what is the parables meaning? I'm gonna just focus on one at a time now. What does it show about Jesus? So I'm on the triumphal entry. So now when they drew near to Jerusalem and came to Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent two disciples, saying to them, Go into the village opposite you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied and a colt with her. Loose them and bring them to me. And if anyone says anything to you, you shall say, The Lord has need of them, and immediately he will send them. So, what does this show about Jesus? All this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, Tell the daughter of Zion, Behold, your king is coming to you, lowly, and sitting on a donkey, a colt. That he's a king. Sitting on a colt, the foal of a donkey. So the disciples went and did as Jesus commanded them. They brought the donkey and the colt, laid their clothes on them, and sent him on them, and set him on them. And a very great multitude spread their garments on the road. Others cut down branches from the trees and spread them on the road. Then the multitudes who went before and those who followed cried out, saying, Hosanna to the Son of David! Hosanna to the Son of David! Dang, they be walking fast. I'm watching my kid in his foreign class. They was just playing with the chickens. Now they all the way over there. I'm trying to debate if I'm gonna walk to the lake. It seems like a far walk. But okay, let me just get done with the reading and go from there. Okay. So all this was done. Oh, I read that. Okay, okay. So a very great multitude spread their garments on the road. Others cut down branches from the trees and spread them on the road. Then the multitudes who went before and those who followed cried out, saying, Hosanna, the son of David. So that tells us he came from, David. Blessed is he who comes from in the name of the Lord. He comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And when he had come into Jerusalem, all the city was moved and saying, Who is this? So the multitude says, This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth of Galilee. Jesus cleanses the temple. Then Jesus went into the temple of God and drove out all those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, It is written, My house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. Then the blind and the lame came to him in the temple, and he healed them. But when the chief priest and scribes saw the wonderful things that he did, and the children crying out in the temple and saying, Hosanna to the Son of David, they were indignant and said to him, Do you hear what these are saying? And Jesus said to them, Yes. Have you never read, out of the mouth of babes and nursing infants, you have perfected praise. Then he went then he left them and went out of the city to Bethany, and he lodged there. And he lodged there. All right. The fig tree withered. Now in the morning, as he turned to the city, he was hungry, and seeing a fig tree by the road, he came to it and found nothing on it but leaves, and said to it, Let no fruit grow on you ever again. So let no fruit grow on you ever again. And immediately the fig tree withered away. The lesson of the withered fig tree. Now, when the disciples saw it, they marveled, saying, How did the fig tree wither away so soon? So Jesus answered and said to them, As surely I say to you, if you have faith and do not doubt, you will not only do what was done to the fig tree, but also if you say to this mountain, Be removed and be cast into the sea, it will be done. And all things, whatever you ask in prayer, believing, you will receive. Jesus' authority questioned. Now, when he came into the temple, the chief priest and the elders of the people confronted him as he was teaching and said, By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority? But Jesus answered and said to them, I also will ask you one thing, which if you tell me, I likewise will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, where was it from? From heaven or from men? And they reasoned among themselves, saying, If we say from heaven, he will say to us, Why then did you not believe him? But if we say from men, we fear the multitude, for all count John as a prophet. So they answered Jesus and said, We do not know. And he said to them, Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. The parable of the two sons. The parable of the two sons. So, but what do you think? A man had two sons, and he came to the first son. He came to the first and said, Son, go work today in my vineyard. He answered and said, I will not. But afterward he regretted it and went. Then he came to the second and said likewise. And he answered and said, I go, sir. But he did not go. Which of the two did the will of his father? They said to him, The first. Jesus said to them, Assuredly I say to you, that tax collectors and harlots enter the kingdom of God before you. For John came to you in the way of righteousness, and you did not believe him. But tax collectors and harlots believed him. And when you saw it, you did not afterward relent and believe him. The parable of the wicked vine dressers. Here another parable. There was a certain landowner who planted a vineyard and set a hedge around it, dug a wine press in it, and built a tower, and he leased it to vine dressers and went into a far country. Now when now when vintage time drew near, he sent his servants to the vine dressers that they might receive its fruit. And the vine dressers took his servants, beat one, killed one, and stoned another. Again, he sent other servants more than the first, and they did likewise to them. Then, last of all, he sent his son to them, saying, they will respect my son. But when the vine dressers saw the son, they said among themselves, this is the heir. Come, let us kill him and seize his inheritance. And they caught him and cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, when the owner of the vineyard comes, what will he do to those vine dressers? They said to him, he will destroy those wicked men miserably and lease his vineyard to other vine dressers who will render to him the fruits in their season. Jesus said to him, did you never read in scriptures, the stone which the builders rejected has become the chief cornerstone? This was the Lord's doing, and it was marvelous in our eyes. Therefore, I say to you, the kingdom of God will be taken from you and given to a nation bearing the fruits of it. And whoever falls on the stone will be broken, but on whomever it falls, it will grind him to powder. Now, when the chief priests and Pharisees heard his parables, they perceived that he was speaking of them. But when they sought to lay hands on him, they feared the multitudes because they took him for a prophet. Chapter 22. All right. Now, the parables of the wedding feast. And Jesus answered and spoke to them again by parables and said, the kingdom of heaven is like a certain king who arranged a marriage for his son. Um, if it's my audio, but you sound like there's a lower voice in your voice. Oh, it's an echo? Oh, dang. Let me see. Maybe because I pause it. Uh, is it still an echo? Okay. I'm going to just keep reading. All right. So, okay, I'm going to just keep reading because I only have one more chapter. Okay, and the kingdom of heaven is like a certain king who arranged a marriage for his son and sent out his servants to call. He sent out his servants to call those who were invited to the wedding, and they were not willing to come. Again, he sent out other servants, saying, tell those who are invited, see, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and fatted cattle are killed, and all things are ready. Come to the wedding. But they made light of it and went their ways, one to his own farm, another to his business. And the rest seized his servants, treated them spitefully, and killed them. But when the king heard about it, he was furious and sent out his armies, destroyed those murderers, and burnt up their city. Then he said to his servants, the wedding is ready, but those who were invited were not worthy. Therefore, go into the highways, and as many as you find, invite to the wedding. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all whom they found, both bad and good. And the wedding hall was filled with guests. But when the king came in to see the guests, he saw a man there who did not have on a wedding garment. So he said to him, friend, how did you come in here without a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then the king said to the servants, bind him hand and foot, take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen. The Pharisees, is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar? Then the Pharisees went and plotted how they might entangle him in his talk. And they sent him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, teacher, we know that you are true and teach the way of God in truth, nor do you care about anyone, for you do not regard the person of men. Tell us therefore, what do you think? Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But Jesus perceived their wickedness and said, why do you test me, you hypocrites? Show me the tax money. So they brought him the denarius, and he said to them, whose image and inscription is this? They said to him, Caesar's. And he said to them, render therefore to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's. When they heard these words, they marveled and left him and went their way. The Sadducees about what about the resurrection? So the same day, the Sadducees, who say there is no resurrection, came to him and asked him, saying, teacher, Moses said that if a man dies having no children, his brother shall marry his wife and raise up offspring for his brother. Now there were with us 7 brothers, right? The first died after he had married, and having no offspring, left his wife to his brother. Likewise the second also, and the third even to the 7th. And last of all, the women died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife of the 7 will she be? For they all had her. Jesus answered and said to them, you are mistaken, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of God. For in the resurrection, they may neither marry, nor are given in marriage, but are like angels of God in heaven. But concerning the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what was spoken to you by God, saying, I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. God is not the God of the dead, but of the living. And when the multitudes heard this, they were astonished at his teaching. The scribes, which is the first commandment of all? But when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together. Then one of them, a lawyer, asked him a question, testing him, and saying, teacher, which is the great commandment in the law? Which is the great commandment in the law? Jesus said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like it. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On these 2 commandments hang all the law of the prophets. Jesus, how can David call his descendants Lord? While the Pharisees were gathered together, Jesus asked them, saying, what do you think about the Christ? Whose son is he? They said to him, the son of David. He said to them, how then does David in the spirit call him Lord, saying, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. If David then calls him Lord, how is he his son? And no one was able to answer him a word, nor from that day did anyone dare question him anymore. Last chapter, chapter 23. Chapter 23. Okay, it's 138. Woe to the scribes and Pharisees. Then Jesus spoke to the multitudes and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Therefore, whatever they tell you to observe, that observe and do. But do not do according to their works, for they say and do not do. For they bind heavy burdens hard to bear and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do to be seen by men. They make their I don't even know this word, their cyclolactaries broad and enlarge the borders of their garments. They love the best places at feast, the best seats in the synagogues, greeting in the marketplaces, and to be called by men, Rabbi, Rabbi. But you do not be called, but you do not be called Rabbi, for one is your teacher, the Christ, and you are all brethren. Do not call anyone on earth your father, for one is your Father, he who is in heaven. And do not be called teachers, for one is your teacher, the Christ. But he who is greatest among you shall be your servant, and whoever exalts himself will be abased, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men, for you neither go in yourselves, nor do you allow those who are entering to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you devour widows, right? For you devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. Therefore, you will receive greater condemnation. Okay. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for you travel land and sea to win one proselyte, and when he is won, you make him twice as much a son of hell as yourselves. Damn. Woe to you, blind guides, who say, whoever swears by the temple, it is nothing, but whoever swears by the gold of the temple, he is obliged to perform it. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gold or the temple that sanctifies the gold? And whoever swears by the altar, it is nothing, but whoever swears by the gift that is on it, he is obligated to perform it. Fools and blind, for which is greater, the gift or the altar that sanctifies the gift? Therefore, he who swears by the altar swears by it and by all things on it. He who swears by the temple swears by it and by him who dwells in it. He who swears by heaven swears by the throne of God and by him who sits on it. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! You pay tithe of mint and anise and cumin, and have neglected the weightier matters of the law, justice and justice and mercy and faith. Wow. These you ought to have done without leaving the others undone. Blind gods who strain out a gnat and swallow a camel. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you cleanse the outside of the cup and dish, but inside they are full of extortion and self indulgence. Blind Pharisees, first cleanse the inside of the cup and dish, and the outside of them may be clean also. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! Hypocrites, for you are like whitewashed tombs, which indeed appear beautiful outwardly, but inside are full of dead men's bones and all uncleanliness. Even so, you also outwardly appear righteous to men, but inside you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness. Oh my gosh, I'm just not thinking about what lawlessness means. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, because you build the tombs of the prophets and adorn the monuments of the righteous, and say, if we had lived in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Therefore you are witnesses against yourselves that you are sons of those who murdered the prophets. Fill up then and measure of your father's guilt, serpents, brood of vipers. How can you escape the condemnation of hell? That's the question. Therefore, indeed, I send you prophets, wise men, and scribes. Some of them you will kill and crucify, and some of them you will scourge in your synagogues and persecute them city to city, that on you may come all the righteous blood shed on the earth, from the blood of righteous Abel to the blood of Zacharias son of Berechiah, whom you murdered between the temple and the altar. Assuredly, I say to you, all these things will come upon this generation. Jesus laments over Jerusalem. O Jerusalem, the one who kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to her. How often I wanted to gather your children together as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you are not willing. See, your house is left to you desolate. For I say to you, you shall see me no more, till you say, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. All right, I'm done with the reading. I'll be back. Y'all have a good day.